I'm a mom of 4 kids, and here are 3 things I wish I knew more about before I had kids. First and foremost, I wish my partner and I knew more about what the mental load was and how we were going to tackle domestic labor and caretaking. I wish we'd had more conversations about what household chores were going to look like. I wish we had more conversations about how we were going to split the work of caring for kids. Oftentimes, the bulk does fall on women, and I wish we had discussed what this was going to look like as opposed to letting it just default to me and then trying to undo all of that. This is as simple as the dishwasher, washing pump parts. Are we taking shifts at night? Who is changing this diaper versus this diaper? And it sounds really like tit for tat and unromantic, but it is really important to know who is owning what tasks so no one person gets burnt out. The second thing I wish I knew more about was childcare. I wish I knew more about wait lists and how long they were. I wish I knew more about the cost of childcare and how fast it's been rising the last few years. I wish I knew more because the cost is truly astronomical. And with them rising every year, like 10 to 20%, it is something that you need to budget for, not just for right now when your kid enters, but for the future as well. I also wish I knew about the cost of after school care and camp, because that is something you don't think about when you have a baby, but it comes at you really, really fast. The third thing I wish I talked with my partner more about was sick days. How we were going to handle sick days. When you have little kids, they get sick quite often, and you have to discuss how you two are going to divide and conquer when somebody's sick, or when you get sick, or when he gets sick. What does that look like? I think we all obviously hope that we don't get sick, but we will. You will, and you need to talk about these things. There's often so much resentment that happens when one partner is sick, especially when the guy is sick, because women become the default oftentimes. And so it is this really difficult dynamic. You don't think it will be, but it is, because it often is one person taking time off work or the person with more flexible job working from home with kids. And that can be exhausting. And so if you're not having these conversations in advance of having kids, I'm telling you, it is important. Have that talk. Know how you plan to handle that. Know how you plan to manage PTO and sick time, because you're going to be using a lot of it if you are a working parent. And so these are 3 things. There's so many more things if you want to know more, but these are some of the top 3 things that I wish I knew more about before I had kids.